What is going on, everyone? My name is Size. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys my build that I like to call Zeus. Uses energy and kinetic based weapons to do massive AoE damage and literally just blow the whole screen up with explosions. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the build. So for our right and left arm weapon unit, we are using Nebulas. Now Nebulas, in my opinion, are the best in slot here. The KRSV does do more damage, but it's just so bulky and heavy, and to play around it, it makes your mech so slow. We literally will be dashing like 0.8 seconds. Our energy recharge delay will be high. It's just not fun to really play around. The Nebulas I found are a good medium. They do good damage. We get that stagger easily, and we can build pretty light with it to where we're dashing pretty consistently, and we only have 1 second energy recharge delay. Now for our right shoulder and left shoulder weapons, we're using dual stun needles. Now stun needles are our big combo ender. We're going to try to go in with our Nebulas, stagger the enemy, and hit them both at the same time with our stun needles to finish the enemy off. Now stun needles also can stagger really easily on bosses, where we can open up with our Nebulas to get that burst DPS, but all in all, you want to try to end with the stun needle. Now I did try using the diffuser laser cannons and the plasma cannon, and the charge up time and holding your fingers on the charge buttons while you're dashing and then trying to do other combos and go in with your assault armor, it is too much to do at one time, and it feels very uncomfortable to play at a prolonged period. So I decided to say, you know what, take a little bit more damage, go with the stun needles to get that nice quality of life to where you don't have to charge the weapon, and we still do plenty of damage, so that department is not neglected. Now for our head, we're running the HAL 826. Now this head gives us really good AP, pretty much everything, like AP, our defenses, our altitude stability, and system recovery. Everything is pretty much really good on this helmet. We're using it just because we can run in the air and stay in the air for a good amount of period while we shoot down with our Nebulas and our stun needles. And pretty much every other head can get like some better quick boost reload times, but in my opinion, you're going to be sacrificing something in one area, whereas with the HAL headpiece, you're pretty much not sacrificing anything. So this is basically the best in slot here. Now for our core, we run the Ephemera core. We pretty much have to run this core as in every other core. Just cannot give us the total EN output that we need. So we have to run this, squeeze by, and we barely just squeeze by on our EN output. So this is the only core we can run. For our arms, running the VP46D. Now these arms give us the highest firearm specialization we can possible. And the higher firearm specialization we have, the better our target tracking performance is going to be. Since we're running dual Nebulas, they don't really have a high fire rate, which means we need every bullet to hit or get close to hitting to hit with the AoE explosion. So we want the highest firearm specialization possible. Now for our legs, running the HAL at 826. Now these legs overall are just pretty much all around decent. There's nothing really bad about these legs. You could run some other legs if you want to try to go for a little bit more bulky, maybe more health, but in my opinion, you're going to be sacrificing something in one area. You could run, I guess, the jailbreak legs to get your quick boost reload time and your weight down a little bit, but you will be sacrificing altitude stability and AP and defenses. Now, in my opinion, the HAL 826 is the best legs for this build. For our booster, running Gills. Gills gives the lowest quick boost reload time possible. Now with this build, we do want to be dashing a lot, so this way people's shots don't hit us. We're agile, and we're able to get in, get stuns off with our Nebulas, and hit them both with our twin needles. Now I guess you could go with other boosts, but in my opinion, the lower the quick boost reload time, the better the build feels. If you do have, just say, you went with a high quick boost reload time like this, about 0.9 seconds, it doesn't really feel that good to dash, because you're going to be dashing in, and you're going to be kind of stuck there for a little bit before you can dash out or change directions. So the lower the quick boost reload time, the better the build feels, in my opinion. Now for the FCS, we are going with the P05. This gives us the highest medium range assist we can possible. And in my opinion, you're really not going to be in somebody's face, since we don't really have high stagger weapons like shotguns. And we're running basically medium range laser rifles. So medium range assist is where we're going to be kind of sitting at for our targeting systems. So you want the highest medium range assist you can possible. P05 for our FCS gives us that. Now for our generator, we're running the Hokushi. The Hokushi gives us pretty small quick boost reload times as well as a nice energy recharge delay. I would try to slot in something better here, but we do have to worry about our energy output since we are running basically nothing but energy weapons. So we do need to have a high EN output. So the Hokushi gives us that while keeping our energy recharge and our quick boost reload time down. For expansion, running assault armor. Against bosses like Balteus, assault armor allows us to basically dash straight in, pop it, get rid of his shield, and start doing damage to him instantly. PvP, it's a very good deterrent against people that are trying to push you. Maybe they have a laser lance trying to track, or they have a melee build, or maybe they just have like a really close range shotgun or high stagger close range build. With Assault Armor, it allows you to basically pop it if they're in your face and insta-stun them, so we can hit them with our Twin Needles and Nebulas. But pretty much anything will work here in expansion, just use what you want. Now for our OS tuning, you 100% want Boost Kick, and you want to max out kinetic damage, energy damage, and direct hit damage. This will allow us to do the maximum amount of DPS possible with this build, and the remaining points you can pretty much put in anywhere you want. Alright, here we have our first boss showcase. We're going to be going against Balteus. We're going to go in, hit him with a kick, into our Assault Armor, and then we just hit one Stun Needle to get the stagger. We're going to hit him a few times with our Nebula, into our Stun Needle again, then we stagger, into our Nebula, and pretty much there goes 40% of his health. Now, we pretty much have to wait, sadly, for our Nebulas to go off cooldown. We hit Stun Needles into our Nebulas again, hit the stun, double Stun Needle again, and he is basically already dead before his second phase even goes off. This build does some insane DPS, like I said, and as long as we pop our weapons in the right succession of combos, we can pretty much kill anything. Already, he's almost already out of his second shield. We go behind him, into Stun Needle again, and he's already dead. Like I said, this build shreds at anything in its path, and it's honestly so satisfying to just watch everything blow up. So for our next boss, we're going to go against the Enforcer. Now again, we're just going to try to run up, hit him with our Stun Needles to hit a stagger into our Nebulas. Unfortunately here we miss our Stun Needles, it's fine though. We're going to just go in with our Nebulas, and then hit him with our Assault Armor to stagger. Once we get that stagger, we just Stun Needle into Nebulas, and basically there goes almost half his health already. Now, we just pretty much have to wait for our Nebulas to go on cooldown, which I will say, if you do not overheat your energy weapons, they will cool down quicker, so keep that in mind when you're using this build. So we hit our Stun Needles again to try to stagger, but he's doing his giant AoE, so you pretty much hard to stagger him. But we just tank it, do damage, kill him with our Stun Needles with a stagger, into our Nebulas again, and he's basically dead at this point. He has a little bit remaining health, so we're just going to hit him with Nebulas and do Stun Needles. He catches us here, then catches us again, unfortunately, but we get the kill in the end. Like I said, this build is crazy, does great damage, and is honestly really satisfying just to watch all the AoE explosions go off. So here we have the PvP showcase. Now to keep in mind, in PvP you want to play your distance and try to play hide on the enemy, so this way we can just shoot down our Nebula barrages and our Stun Needles when we stagger, or vice versa, whatever you can stagger with. So it looks like he has a laser lance, some light wave cannons. It looks like he has a very weird and interesting build here. So we're just going to kind of keep our distance, like I said, and just shoot our Nebulas at him until we get a stagger and to our Stun Needles. But we go in, he launches light wave cannon, does nothing. We're going to play our height, shoot down on him. He's already about halfway to stagger. He misses his laser lance. We hit a stagger with our Stun Needles, and then we just hit him with a few Nebulas. Already, he's about gone. 80% of his health has just vanished. With that one combo. We're just going to hit more Nebulas into our Stun Needles. We almost get the stagger there, but we missed the Stun Needle. And we're just going to kind of keep playing back. Shoots the light wave, which hits us, but it's whatever. Does no damage. Hit a few Nebulas, and he dies. Now that we know that his game plan is to kind of shoot the missiles and try to hit us with a laser lance combo, we're just going to keep playing our distance and height on him and just outzone him. Now this build, honestly, visually is probably one of the best builds visually that I've built. It's really nice to just see all the explosions, you know, the energy explosions, the kinetic explosions go off. Like everything's just so visually appealing. So like I said, we just play height on him, keep shooting down, hit him with these Stun Needles. He almost gets staggered. Fly back up. He misses his laser lance. He tries to hit us with the Coral Cannon, but we honestly end up just out-countering him and destroying him. And that is basically the PvP showcase. This build shreds in PvP, but you just got to make sure you zone and use the weapons correctly, and you should win pretty much every PvP fight you play. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And honestly, I'm so glad I made this build. I was thinking before the energy weapons were kind of but after trying them and testing them extensively, I'm actually really happy with where they're at right now in the game. It does so much damage, the effects are just so nice to look at, and just shooting AoE explosions and just staggering people and literally one comboing with Stun Needles is just so satisfying. But if you did enjoy the video, if you guys could hit that like and subscribe button, lets me know that you guys are enjoying these build videos and lets me know to keep putting more videos out like this in the future. I hope you guys do have a good rest of your day or night depending on where you're at, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Peace.